What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to EP09. Alright, today we're going to start off with a physique update from Matt Greggo, who's currently sitting at 4 weeks out of his debut in Classic Physique at the New York Pro. Now, some of you might remember Matt from the 2022 season. Matt is a former men's physique competitor that's making the switch over to Classic. Matt and his coach Neil Yoda Hill made the decision to switch over in August of 2022, which I think was a smart move for Matt. He's got a great classic physique. He's got great flow, good proportions from the front, a good set of legs from the front too, and I think his posing is very on point for the classic physique division. And for 4 weeks out, this guy is shredded, man. His conditioning is really impressive. Matt also seems to have the ability to get in shape and get in shape very quickly. Look at this 8-week transformation in 2022 leading up to the Atlanta Pro. Absolutely insane. Matt might be one of those rare athletes that fall into that hyper-responder category, honestly, and he's just getting started in Classic Physique. So, this is one classic debut to keep your eyes on at the New York Pro in just 4 weeks. Okay, next up, we have some updates from Blessing Awodibu. Blessing is currently sitting around 13 weeks out of the Chicago Pro, and there is no denying the width that Blessing has from the back. There are not many bodybuilders out there right now with this kind of width. And this is a strength that I think will serve Blessing very well when he stands next to both Hunter Labrada and Andrew Jack at the Texas Pro. As far as we know, Blessing is still planning on competing in the Chicago Pro, Tampa Pro, and Texas Pro in the 2023 season. And I think this is a defining season for Blessing, honestly. He's going all in on coaching himself this year, and he has to successfully peak himself at minimum 3 times this year, 4 if he qualifies for the Olympia. So if you ask me, I think the most important placing for Blessing is going to be at the Texas Pro, because that will be the show that will be closest to the Olympia, and as they always say, you're only as good as your last show, right? That's the one that's going to stick with the fans. Now, I don't necessarily buy into that notion of you're only as good as your last show, but there's no getting around it. Blessing needs to make a statement this season, a big statement. So I think we'll know within the next 4 to 6 weeks just what kind of package Blessing is going to bring to the Chicago Pro, so everybody stay tuned. Alright, getting back to some New York Pro news, we have a physique update from Stuart Sutherland, Beef Stu, and we're seeing some pretty drastic changes in Stu at this point in his prep. Not only are the legs starting to dial in, but I think his overall flow looks like it's improving pretty dramatically, especially in the abs and thigh. His waist looks like it pretty much disappears. That's a very impressive shot for Stu. But that's not all Stu has going for him. The roundness of the delts and the quads, a great set of arms, the balance from top to bottom in the front shots. Now that's one thing that is really going to be impressive on stage for Stu, I think. He still has some width to work on from the back, but we are definitely going to see improvements from a size standpoint from Stuart Sutherland on the New York Pro stage. And I think when Stu does bring up the back, we'll have another Olympian join the ranks. I think it's only a matter of time. He's definitely going to be one I'll be watching at the New York Pro. Alright, last up, we've got another round of physique updates from Tonio Burton, and at 4 weeks out of the New York Pro, we're seeing improvements almost on a daily basis from Tonio. We're really seeing the detail from the back and the roundness and the fullness from the front and the side in these latest updates. I know his coach Dylan Blum is very happy with Tonio's progress, and he's pushing him harder every single day. You know, one thing I do notice in this update as well is we're seeing some real density to the muscle coming through in the upper body through the chest, shoulders, and arms, and that real dense muscle, typically, that's a sign of a level of muscle maturity that only comes with years and years of hard and heavy training. Antonio seems to have tapped into the start of that at just the age of only 30 years old, and that's not something we see every day. He looks like he's actually growing into the show here, and remember guys, Tonio was a 212 competitor only up till late 2021. He made the switch to the Open and has consistently placed in the top 5 at every pro show he's competed in leading up to the 2022 Olympia for his Open debut. And his conditioning looks better at 4 weeks out here than it did at the Olympia. So, I think Tonio is going to show us all very soon once again why they call him the Predator. It's almost showtime, and as Tonio says, it's hunting season. Anyway, that's it for me in this video, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to EP09. Be sure to like and subscribe.